Never
Alright.
heard anything like this. Reimagine your music and your drive.
Get right to it.
Experience the all-new reimagined Nissan Kicks
This
for
time,
yourself
just to
at
show you guys, I did do a
nissanusa.com
couple
today.
here in the United
Available
States.
feature. Bose is a registered trademark of the Bose Corporation.
For example, we chose Vegas. So you can see there's 72 owners. We only made 33,000. Popped in 3,000 as a third person on it. Didn't even get my money back. So that just shows you guys kind of how some of the bigger cities here work. I did do Columbus, Ohio. Now this one here, this side, you see as the first person, it's 21 owners, only 5,000. So this shows you another example here where you put a bunch in, you're not going to get a lot out. Now this tile over here, in the past I usually do about 1,200, and I'll make a little bit, but I wanted to show you, for example, if I did a full 3,000, only 9 owners, but we only made 5,000. I got 46% that I own there, you can see. But again, didn't make anything. So it's something to think about when you're doing some of these bigger areas. I'll even show you guys Turkey here. It's another example where the owners is less than the coin that you're making. But in this particular area, a lot of these people are putting 3,000 in. So they're going to have to split the reward. So if everybody's putting 3,000 in, you're not making that much. See, there's 12 owners. They made 25,000 coin here. So everybody should be making a killing. But because everybody put in 3,000, that basically digs the profit between everybody and nobody's making their money back. But if we all put in, like, 30 to 100, everybody would exceed profits greatly. Yeah, what else? I think we even did Bucharest. Yep, see, another big area. You see, we're losing money everywhere, right? What else we got? Hungary. Let me come up here to Budapest, guys. So here's one, right? Another 3,000. Barely made much, like 200. So I just want to show you guys that dumping 3,000 in a lot of these areas isn't going to make you that much. Even targeting specific areas like, say, London up here, right? We know it's always busy up in the UK. 3,000 on big city there. Didn't even break 500 profit, right? There's this one, okay, that's a little better, 4,000. So I made 1,000 off that one, right? But most of those didn't pay that much, right? So you want to target very specific areas. You want to be very specific about where you go, guys. It's like this one, for example, 21 owners, 58,000. So I made 6,000. So that is one I would be willing to put 3,000 in. Maybe even. And down in Indonesia, if you want to make some bang for your buck, you do 3,000 on some areas there where, see, 20 owners, 69,000 coin. That's going to make a difference. Guaranteed, all 20 of them people put 3,000 in. Same thing here. There's 8 owners, 31,000. Guaranteed, all 8 of them put 3,000 in. I skipped that one this week, but you can see here 3 owners, 11,000. Even if they all put 3,000 in, they all made profit. But I, on the other hand, prefer to do lesser amounts. I usually put like 30 in some of these, but I completely skipped it. That one altogether. I did put 900 in some of these. I would have done a lot less, but I noticed some of these guys are bumping up what they're putting in. Again, I skipped some of these altogether. I did do 1,800 in this one. So I could have done 3,000, right? Probably would have made about 3,000 to 4,000. But why? I put in 1,800. I probably made just as much as the rest of the guys. So you really want to be smart. Like, here's a 3,000 one, right? And so I made quite a bit. But again, remember guys, so here's one, 3,000, 10 owners, 26,000. I made 4,300, right? So some of these areas are going to be worth it, but majority of these areas, again, let me show you. Here, for example, 3,000, big area, didn't even make money, lost money, right? Let's see about Singapore. Same thing, 3,000, almost got my money back, but still losing money, right? So remember that, guys, when you're hitting a lot of these big areas, you could spend 75,000, but you're going to have to make 75,000 to get that back. So you'd be better off targeting very specific areas. And if you guys stuck around this long, you know, you can see there's 4,000. If you stuck around this long, I'm going to go ahead and show you an example of what I mean by targeting specific areas. We'll come up here to alright. So right here, here's an example, right? I've been eyeballing this one for weeks now, and most of the time these guys don't put too much in. This week I bumped all in 3,000. I owned 57%, and I made 6,800. So a small area like this, I typically might only put like 120 in, maybe 300, and I'm gonna get a couple thousand. But I wanted to show you here, if you're watching specific areas, you can really make a difference. Now, this week I didn't do any of the smaller random areas with smaller amounts. I kind of just wanted to show you all what piling 3,000 in a bunch of the areas that does. So again, most of my areas this week I did 3,000 on everything, and as you can see, I basically only made, you know, maybe 20,000 this week. So not really worth it in my opinion, guys.